Welcome back, everyone, to a new life-changing story. Let's start in a village known for its perfect pottery. There lived an apprentice named Leo. His master, an old woman named Sora, was famous for creating flawless vases, smooth, symmetrical, and without a single blemish. Leo was determined to be perfect too. He worked day and night, throwing clay on the wheel, measuring every angle, polishing every surface until it shone. He believed that a single mistake would mean he was a failure, and in this village, that's what everyone believed too. One day, Sora entrusted Leo with her greatest creation, a magnificent vase destined for the palace. It was a masterpiece of perfect curves and glossy glaze. As Leo carried it to the kiln, his foot caught on a stone. The vase flew from his hands and shattered on the hard clay floor into a dozen jagged pieces. Leo stood frozen, staring at the wreckage. His heart didn't just sink, it shattered along with the vase. This wasn't just a mistake. It was the end. Terrified, Leo did what most of us do with our mistakes. He tried to hide the evidence. He gathered every shard and hid them in a sack under his bed. When Sora asked about the vase, he lied. "It's drying," he stammered. For days, he walked around with a pit in his stomach. The secret was heavy. The shame was heavier. He avoided his master's eyes. He stopped creating altogether, afraid to touch clay again. Sora, who had seen hundreds of apprentices, knew the look of a boy hiding a broken heart. She didn't confront him. Instead, she placed a small bowl on his workbench. It was one of her own early works, cracked and repaired with lines of shining gold. "My greatest teacher," she said simply, and walked away. Leo stared at the bowl. The cracks weren't hidden. They were highlighted. They made the pattern more interesting, more unique. That night, he pulled the sack of shards from under his bed. It's the moment you stop seeing the break as something to hide and start seeing it as something that could be filled with understanding, with learning, with gold. Leo went to Sora and confessed everything. To his surprise, she smiled. Together, they spent weeks on a new project, not hiding the breaks, but honoring them. They mixed precious gold dust with lacquer and painstakingly joined each piece, not to make the vase look like new, but to make the cracks a visible, beautiful part of its history. Where there were gaps, they created new patterns. The finished vase was more stunning than the original. The golden veins told a story of resilience. When the village saw it, they didn't see a repaired object. They saw a transformed one. They had layers of strength, wisdom, and character that perfection never could. Soon, villagers weren't bringing their broken pots to be hidden. They brought them to be transformed. The village stopped being known for perfect pottery and became famous for golden repair. And Leo, he became a master not of perfection, but of transformation. His most sought-after works were always the ones with the most interesting repairs. So, the next time you make a mistake, whether it's a failed test, a hurtful word, a career misstep, or a broken promise, remember this story.